Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Almine, better known as Daiki Almine on TikTok. In today's video we will be talking about GymClass's huge new update coming very soon. On Thursday, GymClass had a huge announcement that said the NBA goes virtual with GymClass VR partnership. I think this took everybody by surprise because I did make a video right here talking about my predictions and what I think is going to come in the update, and this is not what I expected at all. If anything, this is bigger than everything I've talked about on that video because this leads to so many possibilities within the game, and I will be talking about them later in the video, so make sure you stay tuned. First, let's just look at the open heading. VR-enabled basketball platform GymClass VR welcomes licensed NBA teams, courts, logos, and apparel into its immersive digital experience. So 3 things I know, which is the NBA teams, which says it's gonna involve the NBA courts, and the NBA clothing, which is the apparel. If we look at this picture right here, we can see the amount of stuff we should be getting in this update. As you can see, we have the Lakers, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Bucks, Golden State, and the Houston Rockets all on this picture. And if you look at the floor and the background, this is a huge court we haven't seen ever within the game. People have been wanting this for a long time, which is basically a huge arena. So this is what I think they mean when they bring in courts. We'll be able to have, you know, a Bulls court, a Phoenix court, like stuff like that. One thing I was very confused about is logos. What do they mean by logos? I mean, I know we'll be having the logos on the clothes and stuff, but they already mentioned apparel. And if we're talking about NBA clothing, we know it's going to have a logo on the clothing. So I don't know what they mean by logos at all. So hopefully we can get some information in that before the update comes out. And that brings me to my next subject, which is when is it out? If we look at what one of the developers, Paul, have said about this, someone asked when will the NBA bundle be available, and he said, we are sprinting to have it out as soon as possible. Since it's a partnership with the NBA, they have a lot of inputs into the timing as well. So as we know, it is a partnership, so it goes both ways with the developers and with NBA. But as we know right now, the developers want it out as soon as possible, and I know the developers are working extremely hard on getting it out. Oh, I know this because I asked Paul himself, we need the dates, and he said moving as fast as we can. So we don't really know when it's supposed to be coming out because there's not been any dates, but from my guess, I will say 1 to 3 weeks, hopefully. I know a lot of people want it out like as soon as possible, but we're gonna have to wait for this to be as perfect as it can. That brings me to my next subject. Is this the only thing coming out within this update? And the answer is no. Of course, we know we're gonna get some new courts, some new clothes, logos apparently. I asked Paul myself, will other features to this update also be added other than the NBA partnership? And he said significant performance improvements and a few more fun features too. So my guess for this is obviously maybe shooting improvements, ball handling improvements, and overall what the game looks like. I have heard some things about shaders coming into the game. If you look at this right here, this is what GymClass accidentally leaked on their TikTok. If you don't know, this doesn't look like the game at all. As you can see, the basketball looks a little bit more improved and the shaders look a little dark and there's more shadows and stuff. So hopefully we get to see some stuff like that in the game. I wouldn't expect anything like jerseys or arm sleeves or anything new to come out within this update because I think that'd take quite a while to come out. But hopefully, I really don't know, but hopefully it does come out. That's just my guess. Only thing I can really say is obviously NBA merch, but we already know that. Speaking of NBA merch, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I just want to talk about the trailer for this. Yes, it was not just an announcement. We're going to have a trailer within this update too. I know this because someone asked Paul, when will the trailer drop? And he said, working on it, it's gonna look crazy. So I assume in the trailer there's gonna be stuff like showing what the courts look like, what the new merchandise looks like, and stuff like that. And I wonder if they're gonna get some content creators to help out with the trailer like they did with the GymClass trailer. There are a bunch of sponsored CCs and actual content creators to help out with that, so make sure you keep an eye out on the Discord server just in case they're looking for people to help out with that trailer. And I assume because of that, we will be able to see the new merch very early. Now, speaking of the NBA merch, I want to talk about this really quickly. Somebody asked something talking about favorite particular skin, but he said it used to be purple, but now I'm pretty excited about one of the Phoenix Suns skins. Now you're probably thinking, okay, the Phoenix Sun skin, but he said one of the Phoenix Sun skins. Does that mean we'll get a home and away Phoenix Suns? Maybe if a team wants to hop on a spot and 2 of them have Phoenix Suns, maybe one will go away and the other one will go home. So I assume that there's going to be 2 or multiple types of each NBA apparel. Another thing which I think could be a huge game changer within the game This hasn't been announced at all, this is just one of my predictions and big hopes. Will we have NBA leagues within VR? I've always said to myself, I feel like this game is the future of basketball and the future of VR, and now I'm thinking hopefully maybe the NBA will start making leagues and maybe start signing some of the players that are actually in the game, such as maybe content creators, maybe tournament winners, tournament competitors. Maybe it'll actually get streamed on stuff like YouTube or live TV. So I'm hoping, and my predictions are, when this Quest 3 comes out and there's more storage space, battery life and stuff like that, hopefully the NBA will bring leagues in so we can play full games and stuff like that. That's just one of my big hopes within this game. I almost forgot, let's talk about the price. This is what was said on the Boardroom website. The company's VR platform is accessible through MetaQuest devices. Users will soon see the new NBA bundle available, featuring all 30 franchises this winter. Just before we say this, I don't think it's going to be this winter, talking about next winter. I feel like they might mean like now, because it still is winter, or maybe this actual newswire was made a long time ago, so maybe the update was delayed, so they thought it was going to come out in December or something like that, because people did say it was going to come early January, but I assume it got delayed because of some reasons, but it doesn't really matter. An official news releases states that fans who purchase NBA bundle starting at $19.99, which I think for the people in the UK is about £15, can access Team Court, 2 sets of team branded apparel and team branded basketballs. So yeah, I do think we are going to get away and home, because as you see it said 2 sets of team branded apparel and obviously 2 different types of basketballs. So yeah, the price will be near enough $20 or £15, I'll say. Other things that I think will be coming within this update, stuff like hairstyles, of course improvements, the NBA apparel, and I think just some improvements within the whole game. But obviously after this update they will be working on stuff like, you know, new clothing like jerseys, joggers and stuff like that. And all my other predictions should be on the way, or maybe even in this update. But the things that we know right now is every single NBA team clothing, court and logos, whatever that means. And we will also be getting away and home of them clothes, including away and home of them basketballs. We also know that we will be getting some improvements within the game and some fun features. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got right now. If you guys do have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments down below. I will make sure I check all of them. So yeah, please let me know if you want more commentary content. But unfortunately, that will be everything in this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. All my socials, including the full website with stuff I haven't read out in this video, will be in the description down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.